C4 Corvette suspension conversion, part 2. Hey, be sure and hit that like and subscribe. In this video, we're going to box the front frame section. First, we're going to start by leveling out the frame. And we're going to run over the frame in the areas where we are going to install the boxing plates. We're using a flat disc here, and we're finishing off all that work with 8-inch 80 grit. And here's a boxing plate, moving it into position. Now this was supplied with the kit. And we're going to keep it held there with these magnets. And you may need to adjust the frame up or down to close up any gaps. And we're going to make life easier and install some reference marks here, because we'll be removing and installing this, mocking up this plate several times. And that's going to be a deleted piece there. And when we make this cut, it's really important to be parallel with the top frame. Otherwise, your boxing plate will be canted in or out to bottom or top. So we want a nice, really straight, clean cut. And there it is. So we're going to run over the inside with Scotch-Brite. And this is just red Scotch-Brite. It's a coarse grit. And we're going to shoot some weld-through primer inside there. Get it nice and covered. And then we're going to do the same prep the plates, boxing plates, and shoot some more weld-through primer on the insides of those also. These are bare steel. Now this is a critical point. You see the gap. The fit up is everything. Ask any welder, they'll tell you. Fit up is, well, ask a good welder. Fit up is everything. That'll make the weld look better, be stronger. That's the way to go. And so instead of putting the plate inside or just lapping it and welding it, we wouldn't have much of a weld bead after we ground and contoured that off. So with it set in this position, we're going to get a really nice bead in there, and we won't be grinding all of that off. Getting some tacks into place. And you can see our really nice little beveled gap there. That's going to weld really nicely. And then we'll still have enough weld to contour it. Now this is the bottom. We'll have to tighten that up a little bit. The plate's out slightly. And the gap looks really good. We're good to go. And we want a really nice uniform gap the whole entire length of the boxing plate. Make sure we have enough tacks. We don't want that plate to warp or to move. A few final adjustments. We're ready to weld. And anytime you're welding, you always want to stagger your welds. You don't want to run a continuous bead. So we're going to put a few nice beads on the top rail. A couple inches long maybe. And then we'll move to the bottom. And then while this is cooling, we'll move to the other side because it's already set up and alternate our welding. Those clamps out of the way. And here's what it looks like when it's finished. Now we want it stacked up slightly and looking this way. Here's the other rail. Because it's really important when we come back and contour this, we don't really want any low spots because then we would have to come back, weld over the top of that, and sometimes that goes south. So we want to do it right the first time. Take our time. And now this is a process. We're not going to try to contour this all in one shot. This is some 36 grit on just a wheel, or disc I should say. And there's our first pass. Everything looks really, really good. And we want to keep our grinding disc as flat as possible, because we want to end up with 90-degree welds. And then we can continue shaping and contouring to the desired effects. Okay, here we are in this area. Pretty happy with that. And you can see the bottom half hasn't been shaped yet. And now we're going to do our final shaping with an 80 grit on an 8-inch orbital sander. And we're going to slightly roll over that edge. And we want a really nice uniform edge. And there it is, finished. Hey, and as always, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for part 3.